Hi, Trevor. Can you describe how you use the space that you're in and the experiences you were suffering before you decided to get an electric roof lantern blind?
Yeah, sure. It's a new extension, and it encompasses the kitchen on one side, and we have a living space on the other side, and a dining room just the other end, which you can't see. And what was happening was that as the sun came up in the morning, it would eventually cover the induction hob, and you couldn't see any of the instructions at all. You know, you knew where the buttons were, but you couldn't see what heating setting you were on or anything. And then, of course, as the sun came over further in the day, then you suddenly lost the television because of the reflection on the television. So it was quite a pain after a while.
So glare was the big issue. Did you also suffer
Yes.
some heat gains? You got a large roof lantern there.
Yeah, we did suffer from the sun heat coming through, but it didn't worry us too much on that side because we got the bifold doors, so they would open and give us lots of ventilation. But yes, you're right, it did. It's worse sort of in the springtime and the latter part of the summertime, when you've got the bifolds closed because it's a bit cool on the outside, and the sun comes blaring through in through the lantern and through the bifold doors, and it gets really warm. Yes, you're right.
Well, roof lanterns are great, but I do liken them to let's say a powerful sports car.
Yeah.
When the sun is bright, the light comes streaming through, the heat comes through, but there are no brakes, and that's where the electric roof lantern blind comes in. So at this point, you contacted WindowTreat. Do you remember why you contacted WindowTreat?
Yeah, we're looking on the internet to try and find a way of getting a blind on the lantern, because we knew it was big, and there was nobody locally, and so this company was the first one we looked at, and they seemed reasonable, but they wasn't forthcoming with any too much information. They weren't sending us any samples, and the delivery time was very long. So we thought, oh, you know, we can't do with this. So we looked around and we found yourselves, and it was you were really good, right, and professional from the beginning. They gave us good reasons why we couldn't have what we wanted in the beginning, and then they sent us loads of samples of different materials that we could look at and see which one we thought was the best, and then you guys explained to us what each type of material did and why. And so, yeah, it was the professionalism was totally different between the two companies.
Yeah, so you met Chris handled.
Yes,
well, he's our electric roof lantern blind specialist, and
yeah.
You've actually got my favorite fabric on your roof lantern, because it's a light colored fabric that manages glare, which is unusual.
Yes.
Normally that just creates a light box effect. So it's terrific. And the metallized coating on the outside reflects more heat than any other roof lantern blind fabric that certainly we're aware of. So,
Yeah, sure.
So which is why you have that's why I'm particularly excited today, because you have my favorite roof lantern.
Yeah, it's brilliant. It really is good.
Yes, and how did you find the experience with Chris?
Yeah, we really enjoyed it, because I had my wife here as well, and it's always nice to be able to see somebody and talk to them. So when we had the Zoom call, it was brilliant, because you could get a more sort of interaction between you rather than just talking over the phone. It was good. It was good, and he was very knowledgeable as well.
Oh, thank you for the feedback. So in the end, you went with the Hermes roof lantern blind, because you actually have a large roof lantern blind at 2 by 3 meters, which is bigger than battery operated ones. But I understand you wanted a battery operated one originally.
Yes, ideally, because either battery or solar, because we didn't want the to see wires and cables sort of all over the place. So it was that was what was the preferred option. But it was explained by Chris that of the reasons why that wasn't possible with the size of the lantern that we have. So we went with the Hermes, which has been brilliant.
Yeah, it's a good product because it's got extra tension to keep the fabric taut across such a wide area, which is marvelous.
Yes, indeed.
Have your friends and family seen the extension
Yes.
of the roof lantern blind?
Yeah, they really, yeah. Well, my daughter, she came round shortly after we had it put in, and she was amazed. It really looks the part. It just finishes everything off. It's really good.
And the $1 million question, Trevor, is: would you recommend WindowTreat to friends and family?
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. I mean, the guys that actually came and put it in were brilliant as well. So as well as your guys in the office, you know, the fitters were also very good. So yeah, we'd have no hesitation in recommending you to other people.
Well, thank you, Trevor.